You're now a proud owner of one of Diamond Dave's Ninja Teaching Flicks. I need that to see the sign there. Come on in here, Ninja. Here's my Ninja at Diamond Dave's Ninja School. Come on down. What we're going to teach you, hold that, Lord, and what we're going to teach you in our first episode is a proper stance and a proper kung fu. And you got your Judy chop, all right? You got your karate chop, and you got your ninja chop. Now, what smart thing to do is like when you use a judo chopping, you gotta say it, for you beginners, like a Judy chop. Because what you don't want to do is like be a Judy chopping and a kung fu kicking, and there goes your leg. That ain't good.
What's going on, everybody? We hope you all survived Snowpocalypse 2024. Definitely something to talk about, but we are the Rhythm Section Podcast. We're here to shine a spotlight on Greater Memphis and North Mississippi's vibrant music community by unveiling the incredible stories of our talented artists. Produced by SRP Studios, podcast-powered branding for business growth. Go to srpstudiosllc.com for a free consultation.
Tune in every Wednesday morning for fresh episodes on Apple and Spotify. Join us at 6 p.m. Central Time on YouTube and Facebook for Wednesday video releases. For all the details, visit therhythmsectionpod.com.
This episode of the Rhythm Section Podcast is brought to you by Hempville CBD Southaven, whose mission is breaking people's dependency on big pharma. Discover life-changing CBD products and Delta-8 THC alternatives to opiates and prescription medicines.
Use promo code TRS20 for an exclusive 20% off purchases at hempvillecbd.com and enjoy free shipping for orders $50 and up. And please visit their store at 562 East Goodman Road, Southaven, Mississippi.
Follow them on Facebook and Instagram, and catch the Hempville CBD podcast on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Its purpose is to give you hemp education and market awareness. The best way to support that educational podcast is to subscribe to the YouTube channel, click the link in the description, and hit that subscribe button. Visit hempvillecbd.com for all information. What's up, Jeff?
Man, how are you doing?
Good, man. Did you survive the storm?
I did. I just wanted to give a shout out to Donna Falp.
Okay.
We didn't talk wrestling in this intro, but we did introduce her to Diamond Dave's Ninja School.
That's right. I hope you enjoyed that, Donna. And now we will talk about wrestling. No, just kidding. Good to have you here, Jeff. Good to be here. Yes, we're recording this on Sunday, January 21st. So everyone in the Memphis and greater Memphis area just had to deal with snow and ice.
Yeah.
And my parking lot in my apartment complex is a shit show. And the streets now in Hernando are finally kind of cracked up and broken up and everything. But I went out, I think it was Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Ice rink.
Yeah.
All over the city.
Yeah, a solid 5 days of you couldn't go anywhere.
And I ended up losing water
for
the first few days of it, which was not fun. Something happened to our complex, and you had just enough tiny little unpressured stream coming out, just enough to fill a bucket for flushing of toilet. And that was it.
Yeah, if you happen to be listening to this show and you're from up north, you think we're a bunch of whiners. But we're not used to this crap.
Look, I'm from Maine, okay, so I'm used to tons of snow, but we have the tools to sand, salt, and clean.
Yeah.
And when I first moved down here, I was absolutely ignorant and be like, I can't believe we're canceling school for this and that. But I quickly learned, we can't clean it up, so it just turns to ice everywhere, and it's a pain in the ass. But we hope y'all were safe. In the next couple days from record date here, it's going to be going away. It looks like some rain and 50-degree weather is going to be coming in. Well, by the time people are listening to this, hopefully the snow's gone
right
by then.
And we know a lot of guys, you musicians, you depend on the money you make from gigs, and I'm sure you've lost a lot of that because of the weather. So we're sorry for that, and hopefully, hopefully everything is back to normal, and you guys are out there gigging and entertaining the public.
So today we have Sarah Spain,
Yes,
from Landslide, a Memphis tribute to Fleetwood Mac. We'll have more on her here in a minute. Next week we have Kevin Kost and Kevin Greenberg from Generation X, your boys, and my buddies too now, for sure. And coming down the pipe here, we got Debbie Jameson.
Yep.
That's a good one, y'all. We'll talk about history of Memphis. We just spoke and recorded with Emma Caroline from 901 Rock, so she's coming up. And then after we record this, we have Brad and Brian from 5 for the Kill.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that as well. So those are some episodes that will be coming up soon. And then more booked. We got a lot of fun stuff ahead of us. All right, man, I'm going to do a shameless plug.
Yeah, do it.
I'm going to plug my band, Elevation Memphis, a Tina Turner tribute experience. We'll be at Neil's again. This is our second big public show here in Memphis at Neil's, March 23rd.
Cool.
The event has been posted. You can go to the Facebook page, Elevation Memphis, a Tina Turner tribute experience, and find that event. Those seats are filling up, and we hope we have a sold-out show again. The first one went great.
Yeah, it did.
If you were there, thank you. If not, come check it out. And one of the things I kept hearing was, I don't know much about Tina's music, but man, that was good. I didn't realize she did these songs. But musically, they're like, man, that's some good stuff, and it is good stuff. So even if you're not too familiar with Tina Turner, I suggest coming because I think you'll appreciate it. Plus, we have dancers on the stage with us. It's a spectacle. It's nice.
It is, and I think what you're going to realize is that you're more familiar with her than you thought you were.
Right.
That's what happens to me a lot of times. I'll go to these shows and I'm like, you know what? I've never dug into Tina. I've never really listened to Tina. So I'm probably not going to know much of the music. And then all of a sudden, hit after hit after hit, you're like, hell yeah, I know that. Mm-hmm. And you leave excited because you didn't realize you knew her as well as you do.
Yeah, she did stuff with David Bowie.
Yeah.
That I wasn't overly familiar with. She does a lot of covers that I didn't realize, but then her original stuff is just, and Bryan Adams, there's a song she does with Bryan Adams that we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
So please come check it out. Would love to see you. Come say hello. And we got a big show that's coming into town next month, Jeff, that you brought to my attention. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, first of all, a shout out to Steve Owens. Thank you, sir, because without you sending this to me, I wouldn't have known about this and I wouldn't be able to talk about it on the show. So much appreciated there. February the 3rd, at Minglewood Hall. Doors open at 6 and the show starts at 7. We're going to have Who the Fuck is Just in Time and Lil White.
And explain, that's exactly how it's titled.
That's exactly what's on the flyer. It's an album release party, and this thing is going to be hosted by none other than Josie Scott from Saliva.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So yeah, if you're into that kind of music, if you want to get out and see something different and be a part of something big, check this thing out. Lil White is someone that I think we're going to try to get on this program at some point. I would love to see him in here to talk.
That would be different. We've never had a hip hop artist on here.
Right.
That would be it'd be cool.
And that's not by design. Don't get us wrong.
Right.
We love everybody and we love all genres of music. That just the opportunity hasn't presented itself.
There's so many people in this industry here in Memphis that we just don't even know personally. Right. So any suggestions y'all have?
Yeah.
Go to our Facebook and grab a post and throw a comment in there and tag us on it. So, all right, now you know what time it is. All right, this is when we promote our band sponsors. First off, we're going to start with Area 51. Friday, January 26th at Dan McGinnis from 9 to 1. And Saturday, January 27th at Hadley's, also from 9 to 1. Follow Area 51 on Facebook at Area 51 Memphis.
Yeah, and Shawn Few, one of his mini bands, formerly known as, the first Saturday of every month at Neil's, the second Saturday of every month at Hadley's, and the last Saturday of every month at Dan McGinnis. Yeah. And the Lost 45s, another one of Shawn's mini bands.
That's right.
Sunday, February 4th at Lafayette's Music Room. Follow Shawn on Facebook at shawn.few.7.
I was texting and chatting with Shawn a couple weeks ago, and he was very, very happy with the last show for Lost 45s. It was at Neil's. It was their first show at Neil's. And you guys showed up and represented. You gave them a great night for their first time there. It was packed, amazing tips.
Yeah.
And what's great about that is the Lost 45s is designed to be off the beaten path. That's the hook for that. You know, songs from bands that we all know and artists we all know, but the songs that may have been played on radio back then that have just been scrubbed out of everything that you just don't hear anymore. Even if you don't know the music, you can't deny the musicianship, right? Yeah. You got Shawn, you got Scott Sudbury, you got Seth Kirkendall, you got Jacob, and David Haynes.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong there. So please check out the Lost 45s. Then we have Seeing Red, Saturday, February 10th at Lafayette's Music Room at 9. I've looked several times. It says 9 o'clock, but usually it's 10.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Saturday, February 24th at Rail Garden, 8 p.m. show. And then again, Saturday, March 9th at Lafayette's Music Room. Again, they do have a monthly residency there. Yeah. So if you go to seeingredband.com, you'll see their whole schedule there. Go check it out. Go support. Follow these pages. Look for them on Instagram. If they have a website, go to it and patronize these people.
I think that Rail Garden show is one we should try to take in there, Derek. It starts early.
Yeah, that's our speed for sure. Well, again, thank you to Area 51, Shawn Few, and Seeing Red. We appreciate you guys very, very much.
Absolutely.
All right. Sarah Spain. She was delightful.
Yes.
She, even at her young age, is seasoned with the history of music, band members, albums, songs. She knows the history of music, and you'll hear that in this episode for sure.
Oh, she was talking about stuff. I know I had a blank stare on my face because it was out of my league. You know, I learned stuff from her.
Yeah.
So,
of course, we talk about the formation of Landslide and how that came to be. Apparently, they were all teachers at School of Rock. That's how they all got to know each other. Idea came up, and they went for it. And relatively speaking, the band is young, like a year old, correct? And you see them all the time out there now. They're playing big shows. Follow them on Facebook. Keep up with them. And we were very clear, me and Jeff, that we have yet to see the band. Yep. Still, as we record this intro, shame on us. Yeah. But we're going to get out there.
We do our best.
Yeah, I'll blame the storm and just the weather. No, just kidding. And she is interested in writing. Yep. She likes writing. Nothing's been published because she has a great YouTube channel if you want to see her strum a guitar and play some covers. But she is working on originals, and she does some solo shows, right? Like, what's the place near you in Olive Branch? Ale House.
That's it.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's just called the Ale House?
Something like that.
I'm sorry. I threw you on the spot. But.
It's right there. I know it's on Old 78 right there in Olive Branch. It's a small place, perfect for intimate acoustic stuff. Yeah. And they've got, craft beers. It's a great place to go hang, have a beer, and listen to some music.
Yeah, and she was just very sweet and nice and fun. And I couldn't get enough of the band talk. Like, we could have gone off the rails on the Beatles.
Yeah.
But I
saw your eyes light up as soon as the Beatles came up.
Well, she's also, her favorite album is my favorite album.
Sure.
Rubber Soul, so we instantly became friends, just like stepbrothers. Did we just become best friends? But then she ran away from me.
Don't you ever touch my drum set again.
Well, we're going to make this a quick one, Jeff. Yeah. All right. So thank you for hanging out, as you always do. This season's already off to a bang. If you caught Cristobaldo 2.0 last week, man, you guys gave the post a lot of love.
Yes.
Give him a lot of love. And a lot of great, rich comments of people that knew Chris from back in the day.
Yeah.
To the point where I would take screenshots of it and text it to him. Like, I want you to see what people think of you because they're all so nice.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. And I'm going to start doing that more. If I ever see some people giving long, like, I remember you from so-and-so and great person, then, I'll try to spread that out because I think people just enjoy hearing that.
I noticed you never sent me one of those.
So. Well, it wasn't about you.
I know. No, I'm just saying. Obviously, nobody ever texts you and says, "Hey, Jeff's awesome."
No. They don't do that for me either, dude.
No, I get it.
So it's not about us.
No,
right?
it is not.
It's not about us, but
It's about this amazing Memphis music community, and we love all you guys.
yeah. So as always, the rhythmsectionpod.com.
Yep.
Please go patronize that website. And HempvilleCBD.com. TRS20 for 20% off.
Yep.
At checkout. Please help patronize him too. Not only am I a full believer in cannabis and what these places offer, but if you purchase through him with that code TRS20, that helps track the traffic that this podcast is generating for Ben Cooey at Hempville CBD Southaven. So that's another great way to support this podcast.
Yeah.
But we're also, trying to ask you to buy legal weed.
Yeah.
So that's interesting too. It's an interesting dynamic for sure.
Thanks to all our band sponsors as always. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Rhythm Section Pod. And of course our website, therhythmsectionpod.com.
That's it. All right, y'all.
Go see a band.
Hopefully this snow will go away soon, and y'all have a great day. Thank you. All right, Jeff. This room and studio got a lot less ugly. We welcome the wonderful and talented Sarah Spain.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
From Landslide.
Yes.
And we're excited to have you here.
Thank you.
We both admitted to you that we get to see the band, so we want to.
It's okay. We have plenty of shows.
Yes, yes. You guys do a lot of work at Lafayette's.
We do.
Yes.
About once a month. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so you got a monthly residency-ish. So like our friends Seeing Red.
Yes. Yeah. And then we're basically at Neil's like 2 nights out of every month too.
Okay. Cool.
Basically.
Yeah.
So.
Both fantastic venues.
Yes.
Yes,
So-
we love it. We love it there at both of those places.
Yeah.
And I think I've seen that you guys have done something in Olive Branch once or twice, maybe at the.
Why would you do that?
There was a.
Just kidding.
What is the name of that
I used to live there.
So
I love
I-
Olive Branch.
Or maybe it's a solo
I play
thing.
the Mississippi Ale House
That's it.
pretty frequently
Gotcha.
as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
right
think
in-
that place is big enough to support a 6-member band like what you
Yeah,
guys
well,
have.
we actually were supposed to play it, but oh my gosh, it was this big event and we were all so excited and it rained and we were supposed to play outside and the stage had a huge puddle on it. And so I was like, I don't think we can do that, like I really want to, but.
Yeah, your mouth touches that SM
Exactly.
58. Boom.
So I was like, don't worry, guys, I'll do it. So I went and played. There were like puddles all around me. Yeah, but I did it.
You're a trooper.
You gotta commit.
You
gotta
saved
commit.
the day.
Yeah.
So great to have you here. Let's start where you're from. Where are you from? The Memphis area?
I'm from Memphis. Yeah.
Okay.
Born and raised. Very proud of it.
I would gather not very long ago.
Yeah, I'm 24.
24.
Okay.
Yeah. And we were trying to guess.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your guess?
We were thinking early to mid 20s.
Yeah.
Okay, good,
So,
good.
yeah,
I get
we were
17 a
close.
lot, weirdly enough, and that kind of hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want.
It
Yeah.
may hurt now, but it won't later.
I didn't want to go there because it can be insulting,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know. But I mean, yeah, you look like you could
No,
be
I
a
just-
senior in high school.
I mean, no, yeah, I get it a lot. I used to substitute teach during the day.
Really?
And out of high school, frankly, the high school I went to, and I had teachers that were confusing me to be a student.
Yeah, I would think
Yeah.
so. Why are you in the hallway? Do you have a pass?
Exactly. I was like, you were my Spanish teacher, but okay.
So, is teaching something that you're interested in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a passion for it. I actually, Landslide, we all met through School of Rock. We all used to teach there at some
Okay.
point. So
Awesome.
that's sort of how that came to be.
A good
yeah.
friend of mine, Manny Zapata, keyboard player for
Yeah,
Roxy Love.
yeah.
You know him?
Yeah, I do.
He was one of the directors there several years ago.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool.
It's a great program.
It is. It is.
So I got a little beef with them though.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let's digress. Or no.
Shall we?
That's not said right, but okay, here we go. So I apply
Uh-huh.
to be a teacher there. This is years ago. I'm just trying to find another hustle
Mhm.
and trying to give lessons, which
Mhm.
turns out I hate doing.
It's not for everybody.
So I apply. I swear, 2 years later, someone reaches out.
Okay.
Interesting.
Right.
And we're having a great interview, this and that. But then he mentions guitar lessons. I was like, well,
Mm.
I'm a bass player. Like, I want to give bass lessons. Is he, no. Our keyboard player gives bass lessons. I don't need a bass player.
You guys
do
get
that.
no love at all.
I was like, all right. because I don't want to teach guitar. I can't.
Right.
You know, I know I can teach you the cowboy chords. That's pretty much, and then how to chug like Metallica.
That's me as well.
There you go.
Yes.
You know, but anyways, I digress. That's how do you say it? I digress. So growing up in Memphis,
Yes.
What was that like for you? And when did you start playing?
I started playing piano, classical piano, actually. And because I just really, I don't know, I always gravitated towards piano. And my dad was very reluctant to put me in lessons. He's like, oh, you're not going to practice. You're going to be like every other kid that just like,
wow,
does
Dad.
it, you know? Yeah. But then I just kept bending his ear and eventually he put me in it and I loved it. But when I got to be in middle school, I started discovering rock and I loved it and I wanted to learn how to play and sing for myself. And so I did that. And then in high school, when I was like 14, I started going to the Stage Stop. Their Tuesday open mic night.
I mean, even as young as 24, Stage Stop comes into the picture.
Absolutely, yes. I love Nita. I love her. She took such good care of me. I would sneak in and I would sing with the house band, and that went on for years. So that was really like how I got into playing music in Memphis
at a young age.
Yes.
Good for you.
Everyone from this area knows Nita and knows what a spectacular person she is, and that was such a great venue, and we all miss it. So.
Were you at the reunion show? Easy for me to say. At Neil's.
No, I had a gig that night and I was so upset that I couldn't go. But I'm hoping that they do something else for her because she's one of those people that deserves like event after event. Event, you know.
I don't know. There might be some whispers out there, right? Who knows?
Let's do it.
Maybe.
This is the call to action. Let's do it.
Did you sing in choir?
I did. Okay. I was actually, all 4 years I was in 2 choirs. So that was my whole life in high school.
2. So high school, and was it Coro Rio by chance?
Did like concert choir, which is what you think of when you think of choir. And then we did like a cappella.
Ooh.
Like the singing and dancing and everything, you know?
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we did that.
That's cool. My daughter is in choir too, loves it. And Hernando High School.
Really?
They don't do that.
Really?
No.
It's a new thing, and some schools have taken it on, and some are kind of like, it's a little weird. Because it is weird. It is out there, but it's a lot of fun.
I've recently discovered high school theater because my daughter's on the crew.
Okay.
Man, talent. It's mind-boggling how kids, you just don't take it for granted. They're just a kid. And next thing you know, they're acting and singing and dancing.
Yeah.
Was theater ever on your radar? Not
really. When I was really young, I was into it. I feel like most kids are, but no, I never really. I stuck with rock. My dad showed me all these albums and Black Sabbath and the Beatles, and I just immediately grabbed.
So, was there one band that just really grabbed your attention and said, "I like this"?
Generation X.
That's so difficult. Like one, if I had to choose one.
If you had to choose one, what is it possible to choose one?
Probably not. I'd say the Beatles. I guess that huge. Was like really big when I was really young.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the right sign for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Ooh, that's loud.
Yeah.
They're my 1B.
Yeah.
Okay.
Metallica is but the Beatles. Oh man, and the history of them. I go deep with them. It's a great band and great influence, and that's great to hear. Generational.
Yeah,
the Beatles will never die.
No,
I mean they will. But the music never will.
No, they are immortal for sure.
So where in the Beatles era and did you like throughout their career? Do you have a favorite album? Favorite time?
I feel like it changes. My favorite album is probably Rubber Soul. That's the sweet spot.
I'm just going to bow out of the conversation now. Derek and Sarah are going to have a moment.
No, that album, mine too.
Okay.
And when we had Seth Kirkendall in here, awesome guitar player from formerly known as.
Yes.
That was his favorite. I'm just like, it really is. But we could go on forever. This isn't about me or the Beatles. It's about you. All right. So you were a student at what's the school again?
High school or college?
No.
School of Rock.
School of Rock.
I was not actually, weirdly enough.
You don't remember my name?
Oh God. This is a second interview in one day. This is what happens.
I taught there for almost 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just jumped in there's the teaching aspect that you like.
Yes.
But musically, are you a vocal coach?
I would teach voice and I would teach piano as well. And then on the side, I would do, they do those shows. And so I was one of the directors that was helping put those on.
Good for you.
Fun.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. It was so fun. I loved it because we would do, my shows were goth versus grunge. And we did a 90s show as well. So I got all the really cool alt kids. And it was just one of my favorite things ever to do.
Yeah. Now, do you guys separate kids into age groups, or do you just might have a kid that's 10 and one that's 20?
So they have different programs. Like if you're an adult, you can do adult band.
Okay.
Like they go, I think they practice at 9 p.m. or something crazy. But the kids, they get divided up into age groups. And then after, I think it's 12, they may have changed it, but that's when you can do we have a Black Sabbath tribute show. You can sign up for that. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
I'm sure it must be a little frustrating too.
Sometimes. I mean, you're dealing with kids. So
it's never going to sound perfect, right?
No, I mean, but you'd be surprised. There were some kids in that program that really blew my mind. The talent is insane. Just in Memphis, being in Memphis, I feel like the musicianship here is just on a different caliber than
for sure. Yeah.
Say any other music town. I don't know. There's just something special about it here.
Oh, we've learned that. We
totally agree. Yeah.
So how long have you been with Landslide? Actually,
today we had our very first show a year ago today.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, wow. Okay.
Not long.
So we're recording this on Sunday, January 7th.
Yes. Yeah. We played Neil's Music Room for the first time, and it was so packed, which again, we did not think it was going to take off the way that it did. We were just this will be a lot of fun, right? Yeah. We all love Fleetwood Mac, who doesn't? Yes. And we put out an ad for it. And so many people showed up that they had to call the fire marshal.
Nice.
And he was standing there at the door all night being like, one person in, one person out. If anybody else comes in, we're shutting this down. I loved it. I thought it was crazy. But
right out of the gate.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's cool. So you guys are a new band.
Yes.
1 year.
Relatively, yeah.
And you guys are playing all the great spots, Lafayette's and Neil's and
we've been really fortunate. I've been fortunate just because everybody that I play with, they're all such great seasoned Memphis legends, really. And
you want to run down the names?
We got the names here. I did this so we wouldn't screw them up.
That's right. Yeah.
So Greg Redding on guitar.
Yes.
Robert Allen Parker on guitar. Mm-hmm. Our brother on the low end, Mr. Dave Smith.
He will be making a visit.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
On bass. And then Jeff Birch on drums. And so this one I could still screw up. Savoya Trainum.
Yeah, you nailed it.
And she's the other vocalist.
Yes.
And then you.
Yeah.
You guys have exploded across social media. I don't go a day without seeing something about Landslide.
Yeah.
So.
The artwork is cool.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's responsible for that?
Oh, man. I'm going to blank on his name.
Oh, no.
You don't remember my I don't blame.
I was hoping
Tom Foster. That's
okay, awesome. I was hoping it was a band member.
It's on the no, but he's been doing band artwork since the 60s.
So
apparently.
Cool. Okay.
Yes.
Nice. I'm glad that you remembered his name. I was not trying to throw you under the bus.
I am too.
So was this your first working band?
I would say so. Yes. I mean, in high school, I was in little garage bands here and there, and we'd play Neil's and we play growlers and that kind of thing. Sure. But this is the first thing that makes money and that keeps me busy.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yes,
it's very nice.
I mean, it's the best job in the world, really.
Yeah. Does Davey Smith make sure that everyone is properly moisturized?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes, he does.
I figured he would.
He actually reminds us.
And what product does he use?
I mean, I don't think he really cares. He doesn't discriminate.
It's Joshine.
It's Joshine.
We know this.
Oh, I haven't been introduced to that yet.
Ask him, hey, do you got any Joshine? I'm feeling a little flaky right now.
I love that. That's just a thing. Everybody
learned so many
knows
inside
the jokes.
If you know Dave, you know moisturizing is important.
So original music too, right?
Trying to. Yeah.
So tell us about that.
That's been a new endeavor for me. I mean, I've been writing here and there for years, but I am somebody I feel very strong in my abilities to sing and perform and do that. But when it comes to writing and being like, here's something that I made, that's very
vulnerable.
Yeah.
It is.
I have a hard time with it. But this is the year. I've got some stuff, and I will, when I play acoustic by myself, I'll do some originals here and there if I feel like it.
Sure.
But hoping to have something out this year.
Have you ever live peppered in one with your solo acoustic act?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Trying to get like a band together for that too. And yeah, I don't know. Might take the people I'm with now. And
That's what I was going to say to you. Do you think the folks in Landslide would be open to playing some of your original stuff?
Do some studio work?
And look, those names, you couldn't ask for a better bunch of people to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What kind of sound is it?
I feel like that's another one of the challenges because I love so many different things and genres. I've been told that I sound kind of like the Sundays band from the 90s.
Okay.
I really love The Cure. I like the kind of 80s, early 90s alternative kind of stuff.
I know The Cure. I don't know the Sundays.
They're great.
Yeah.
They're really great. They're out of England.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice English band.
Yes. I love the what is it called? Jangle pop. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, please explain.
It's like it has to do with the guitar tone, you know, the really quintessential 80s like REM, the Smiths, the really like bright kind of spacey sounding guitars. I love that. I eat that up.
I like how you are specific in that way.
Oh yeah,
that is awesome.
I could talk about this for hours.
Well, let's go. We got hours.
Yeah,
we don't have an interview after you, so we can go.
Very nice.
No. Gosh, I mean, what's crazy is what I grew up with, the grunge era, was pre you, right?
Yeah.
So growing up, though, did Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Stone Temple Pilots,
Oh yeah.
did that tap into your lexicon as well?
Oh yeah, because my dad was like born in 63, and then my mom was born in 68. So she kind of had more of the grunge like alternative influence on me, and then my dad had like the Fleetwood Mac in the 70s and the
quick
Doors.
math. Your mom was your age,
yes,
in those early 90s.
yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, I get my music taste from my parents. That's their little shout out.
Do they come? Do they come to any of the live shows?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And my dad was the one that would take me to Stage Stop
Nice
in high school. He
Way
would
to go, Dad.
on a
Way
school
to
night.
go.
He said, "Don't play. You'll quit like every other kid." Too really supporting you.
Yes, like really, making sure that it happened.
You do know what to do, and you are going to do.
I would
it.
say there's probably a really good chance that I've crossed paths with your dad
You
at some
probably have.
point in the
Oh,
Stage
really?
Stop.
You probably
yeah.
have. Yeah, he used to go there back in its heyday in the 80s. And
Oh, yeah.
when, you know? And
Are your parents musical?
no.
Nope.
No, I'm the only one in my family that really gravitates towards music. Other than, like in my immediate family, my uncle, my dad's uncle, is David Spain. He played in Target with Jimmy Jameson, and you know,
We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
These bands are coming up always, no matter what generation.
I got some Memphis music DNA.
Awesome.
Yeah, clearly.
It's pretty damn good DNA too.
So you brought up the Beatles, but
Yes.
what about singers? Is there a particular women singer, man singer?
I mean, the obvious Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
So coming into Landslide,
Yes,
you already a fan?
I've always had a love for Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Heart, you know, I love Heart.
Okay, but this is
Blondie.
important. This is important. What era Heart? This is important because everybody loves Dreamboat, Annie, and all that. Not me. I'm sorry.
Really?
Self-titled album Heart, and then Brigade and Bad Animals.
Okay.
That's the stuff I loved.
I love
Still love.
Self-titled. I also love like what is it called? Dream, like the one that has Little Queen on it, and that era.
Of course, their big album is
70s.
Rumors.
Yeah.
You know, that was
that's Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, what am I
We're
thinking?
talking about
With
Heart.
Yeah.
Squirrel. You squirreled again.
I wish we edited.
You don't remember my name?
Okay.
I hate you.
That's to myself. Okay.
I really
got
like the soundbar.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's play. We'll have fun with the sounds here. You know, what I just did,
Yeah,
That's perfect.
it's pretty common too.
That's perfect.
Stevie Nicks.
Yes.
So era of Fleetwood Mac. Let's go there.
Ooh. I mean, obviously, Rumors.
Yeah, there
That's
you go.
huge.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah.
huge. You can't not
Yeah.
mention it. I really like their self-titled album. I might like it more than Rumors, honestly.
Okay.
Now, what year? Because I'm not a huge
Neither
Fleetwood
am I.
Mac fan. What year is that album from? Do you know or close?
Rumors came out in, oh God, I'm going to get chastised if I get this wrong, 76. So
Okay.
this was like, I want to say
Pre-
73, 74.
Yeah, that
I
would
could be wrong.
Was it the
Understand.
first album with Stevie Nicks and
Yes.
Lindsey Buckingham?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
Yes.
before
So
that,
early 70s.
Yes.
yeah, early 70s. Before that, which I'm not familiar with at all, they were like a blues band, right?
They were.
with Peter Green.
With Peter Green and like Oh Well era, like which we actually do. We need to incorporate more Peter Green era. I've been told that before, but we do Oh Well. We usually close our shows with that, and then I want to add Green Manalishi and all the really cool, like weird psychedelic side
Man.
of Fleetwood Mac.
You're
so.
more seasoned than us.
Oh, no question.
On
She should be in
history
this
of these
chair.
bands.
I should just go find something to do for a little while. She
No,
can
I'm a
educate the
I'm a
audience.
nerd when it comes to music.
That's
Like,
cool.
David Bowie. I think in college I wrote a paper on him, and yeah.
Nice.
That's so sweet. Modern. Any vocalists out there in modern times that you look to?
That's a good question.
My
hard.
daughter's top two, Billie Eilish and
Okay.
I forget another name. Let's move on.
Wouldn't be Adele, would it?
Yes, thank you.
Look at me
I-
go. I'm just,
I always
Look at you, hipster.
and I love Hayley Williams of Paramore.
Yeah.
She's got a great voice.
she's awesome.
I just heard they're breaking up.
Is that true? I don't know if it's
I
true.
don't know if it's
I don't know
true,
if it's
but-
true.
Yeah.
I know.
I saw it online,
Yeah,
so who knows?
yeah. I heard
But
that too. I heard it had to do with like they finally fulfilled all their
No,
contractual obligations and
all their albums.
Yeah.
she's
Don't
got
know.
great
I hope
stage
not.
presence.
She does.
Yeah.
And that's who I looked up to the most in middle school and high school,
Get it?
watching her. So
I would ask anyone your age that's a singer, Taylor Swift, where does she sit with you?
this very polarizing question.
Yeah, that's why I ask
It
it.
really is.
I respect the hell out of her as a businesswoman
Yeah.
and as a writer. I don't know if she like currently still writes all of her songs. I believe she does. And I think the thing that she's doing with re-releasing all of her albums so
That's
that
brilliant.
she gets the credit for
Yeah.
it, that's brilliant.
That's a
as you
big
said.
middle finger to the label.
It is, and I love that. I love
Yeah.
middle fingers to labels.
But the thing is that there are very few musicians that are in a position to give that middle finger to
right.
the label.
Yes.
So
yes.
she is very fortunate that she has built what she has and she
Yeah.
can tell them to F off
Yes.
because
But
not
still,
everybody can do that.
It still takes balls,
Yeah.
right?
She's got balls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's got big
hella
balls.
I loved her early on. My daughter's a couple of years older than you.
Yeah.
And she's a Swiftie. She loves her. But
Yeah.
Hearing you
The
say
Swifties.
that,
no, it's the Speak Now era,
Yes.
the earlier stuff that I thought was fantastic.
Oh,
And
I saw that. I saw that tour.
my daughter
yeah.
went.
It was I mean, so yeah, I as a kid, because she broke out at a very pivotal time for
Right.
girls that are my age. You know, we were like 13, 14
Right.
when she first like really got big. And I mean, that was huge, just like for aspiring musicians to see and be like,
Yeah.
oh my God, she's like the biggest thing on earth right now.
And
So
that show was incredible. Just the storylines and the wardrobe changes.
oh yeah,
and
it was a
it was unreal.
theatrical
Yeah.
production.
Yeah.
So on the music side, I respect her.
Yeah.
Is she my favorite? Do I listen to her? No.
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh, I don't
But-
anymore either.
Shame on you.
No.
Well, I'd love your thoughts on Billie Eilish because I've heard all her stuff because of my daughter,
Really?
and I think it's all fascinating. It's just different. Every song's
yeah.
different. But how do you feel about it?
I really like her. I love her voice. It's a different style of singing. She's almost like a crooner, you know?
Yes,
And
It's
I
very
love
low,
that. I
and
love that.
it's whispery.
Yes. And I love that. I think she's very creative. She's not the typical pop star, you know, when she wears like man clothes. I don't know
Baggy
how
clothes.
to describe it. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I don't really think like image is something that she's really focused on. It's more about the creativity and
And a
her
lot
voice.
of young women relate to that.
Yes.
Right? They
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah. And she's at the point now where she can kind of do whatever she wants. So
Yeah. And her brother, what's
Phineas.
He's the mastermind behind all that music.
I love it.
It's crazy.
She's really, I think her voice and her style of singing is something that had never been mainstream before. And now that it is, I think that opens up a lot of avenues for new musicians.
And every song is just different.
Yeah.
It's always interesting. Their music is interesting.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like it, you can't deny that.
I don't even belong in this conversation because I've never heard her. I've heard her one big hit that she had and she probably had more than that. I just don't know them.
Yeah.
I've heard that song and it was, if I heard it again, I could say that that's it. But other than that, I don't know anything about her.
And Phineas loves low end and bass.
Yeah.
If you want some bass kicking,
that's what the kids like.
Speaker rattling stuff.
It
is what the kids like.
I mean, we're listening to it cranked in my Corolla.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hon, we got to tail this back. We're going to blow the speakers up. But the bass is so heavy in some of those songs.
If your car is not shaking from the bass, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Love it. Well, I brought up potential studio work with the originals and all that, but up to now, have you ever done any work in a studio?
Yeah, I have. I used to have a project that for XYZ did not work out, but we had recorded like 4 songs. So that, I mean, like I've had studio experience, and then also I've been hired by people to come in and do bass or backing vocals, which I love. I love doing. I would honestly like to do more of. I'm no stranger to the studio. I'm just hoping to get in there this year.
Cool.
Yeah. I've always wanted to get in that world, but it's just,
it's totally different.
It's totally different. It's hard to break into.
It is.
You know?
It is.
And it's hard to find paying gigs when you've never done it.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely who you know, which I've been very fortunate to have the work that I've had. So
Davey.
Yes.
I mean, he's huge in the studio.
Yes, he is.
That dude's got worlds of experience in the studio.
Yeah.
And there are, we've got listeners that have studios, so maybe they'll hear you and call you and give you some work.
Millions of people download this podcast.
Tens and tens of people.
It's the call to the masses.
But it was Supernova Sound.
Yes.
Shout out
Matt Montgomery. Yeah, give Sarah a call if you need someone to come in and sing. Jimmy Fulp's got a studio.
Producer at Supernova.
Dave Cowell.
Yeah, we got to mention Dave
I've
Cowell.
met him before. Yeah.
Backtrack to Landslide.
Okay.
Why Fleetwood Mac? What was that first meeting like? How did the talks start?
And how does a 24-year-old come across all these seasoned players? How does that happen?
Well, so like I said, we all worked at School of Rock together at one point. Yeah. And like we put on tribute shows, like that was our job with that job. Yeah. And one day Greg called me up and was just like, "Hey, what do you think about doing a band?" And I was like, "Well, obviously, like I'd love to."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, what if we did like a tribute band? Are you over into that?" And of course, playing in bands in high school and everything, like we played a lot of covers. So I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And he's like, "Well, what if we did Fleetwood Mac? I know you're a Stevie Nicks fanatic, you're a freak. Like, what do you think of that?" And I almost dropped my phone. I was like, "Of course," because I would love to be Stevie Nicks. Like that's always been my dream. I just want to be Stevie. So.
Nice.
And then he was like, "Well, we got this player at our disposal because we all work together and we had a practice space because of work."
Well, that always helps.
Yeah. It just, everything came together very seamlessly. It was almost unreal how easily.
Yeah, and that will spoil you because that doesn't always happen.
No, just not.
Yeah.
So and we had our first show booked within a month of rehearsing, and everything came together very easily, and I'm very well aware of how fortunate I am because
now,
of that.
when you guys, because we've already admitted full disclosure that we haven't seen you guys.
Yeah.
It will happen. But when you play with Landslide, do you kind of transform into Stevie? Do you try to really channel her, or are you still Sarah and you're singing her stuff, but are you wearing the kind of clothes that she wears? Or are you, because we've got some friends, Elevation, that do a Tina Turner tribute, and
oh yeah, they're great. I love those guys.
Boy, Melanie just transforms into Tina.
Yes,
the wig,
she does
everything.
a great job.
So, do you try to do that, or is that something you strive to do?
So, growing up, listening to Fleetwood Mac, watching live performances of them, I feel like I'm already very influenced by Stevie. I draw a lot, like her stage presence, and obviously her clothing style. I kind of already replicated a little bit, just in everyday. So if you were to ask me, I would say I'm still Sarah.
Yep. But Sarah has been influenced over time, by Stevie.
Exactly.
So it's I guess it's more of a seamless type of transformation because you've already done it.
Yes.
Maybe not even knowingly.
I don't really try to do the thing of I do wear clothes that are definitely, you can look at it and be like, oh, she loves Stevie Nicks. Right. But I don't want to feel like I'm wearing a costume. Sure. If you know what I mean.
Understood.
And the songs that we do, obviously we're a Fleetwood Mac tribute, but we also really want to emphasize that we're a Memphis band. Sure. We have Memphis players. Like, we're going to kind of do things our way.
Right.
So we don't play it like the record. Sure. We don't want to do that.
Love it.
So yeah, we kind of do our own thing, and I think it's worked out great for us.
So you can incorporate your personality into it. You kind of take liberties.
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely draw influence, and I want to give credit where credit is due, but I try to be I'm myself on stage, even though I know I'm singing Stevie Nicks songs. These are, I'm influenced by her performance style, but I still feel like I'm pretty authentically me.
Great.
What are some of the songs when you're looking down on the stage floor to see the set list? What are some of the songs that you really look forward to?
Oh man, there's a lot. I love Silver Springs. That's one of my favorite songs ever, just in general. It's so good. It's such a classic. And like recently that song's blown up because of TikTok. Yeah. A lot of girls and women like really gravitate towards that song. It's angry. It's such an angry song. And I don't know if y'all seen the performance from 97 where they almost get into a fight on stage because she's just looking at him and she's boring a hole through
Lindsey Buckingham.
Yes.
If anyone that doesn't know, I mean, they were married and
yeah.
And when Rumors came out, a lot of that music is singing and basically screaming at each other.
Yes, and I love it.
In the lyrics.
And I love it.
But yet they continue to tour, and that dynamic just made it what it was.
So, I mean, it was, they are one of the most dramatic, tumultuous bands, yet that tension created some of the most beautiful music ever.
And then Mick Fleetwood had his phase with Stevie.
Yes.
While Lindsey's in the band.
Yes. I don't know all this.
The drummer and her now start hooking up after divorcing Lindsey Buckingham, and they're still in a band together.
Which she says she's regretted. She's like, that was the biggest mistake I've ever made.
Just what
this happened as she and Lindsey are still together, or they had split up?
I think they had split up at that time. And it was like a one night kind of mistake thing. And she was like, that was not good.
And then Mick does not strike me as a handsome man. What the hell were you thinking, Stevie?
There was a lot of drugs in this band.
Yes.
Oh, no, it's notorious. The amount of cocaine that man did.
That explains a lot.
They all.
And then bass player, what's his name again? From Fleetwood.
John McVie.
And McVie,
Stevie.
Yeah.
No. What the hell's her name?
Christine McVie.
That one.
They're married as well.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. They're like currently married as they're recording these.
It's just crazy.
It's a miracle they ever wrote one song.
I know.
Yeah. Well, they're all about each other, and then they would write songs very like Go Your Own Way.
Yes. Yeah.
Stevie did not like that song because he accuses her of packing up, shacking up's all you want to do. And he made her sing that line about herself.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And then she has to sing that song her whole career.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's a huge song for them. So you're never going to not sing that song.
Yeah.
So the song you brought up, Silver
Springs.
It's an angry song.
It's a beautiful song.
Do you have this temper that we don't see here? Do you have an angry side?
Do I have an angry side? I feel like I have an angry side. Everybody's got an angry side.
Me and Jeff do. But
I just love it. And I love looking out and seeing people sing along. Because the thing is, there's like lore. There's lore here to the song. People say that everybody thinks Stevie's a witch.
Black magic. Right?
Yes, she's the white witch. That's her persona. And so people say that the lyrics are she's cursing Lindsey Buckingham. And because the line that everybody points to is time cast a spell on you, but you won't forget me. And then I'll follow you down. The sound of my voice will haunt you. And like, it's so good because like, it's true.
I love how excited you get over
She's obviously
I
loves
love
it.
this. It's so, but it's true. I mean, that band, they've just much like the Beatles, they're immortalized in their music.
Oh,
so like,
100%.
no matter how old he gets, he's going to hear her on the radio.
Even someone like me who has not been a fan and I haven't followed them, their music instantly when you hear it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I love that. And I love, Edge of 17. We do some of her solo stuff too. And people just love that song. They get up, they dance. It's so fun.
Do you do the song that she did with Tom Petty?
We do. Stop Dragging My Heart Around. Yeah.
That's a great song.
Me and Dave, we sing that. So
nice.
It's a good time.
It's a good time.
It's a great time. I love it.
And I'm not a lyric person at all.
Yeah.
Like my ears don't catch it. I end up listening to the rhythm section, honestly. Pun not intended. And the melody. I like a good melody, but I don't know the stories that are being sung to me ever.
Yeah.
So I miss all that when I listen to their music.
I know. I'm not really sure what inspired the story behind that song in particular, but I do know that she even has gone on record and she was like, if I could have joined Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, she would have.
Yes.
Like, she would have done her own thing. And
she asked, and Tom said, "No, we don't have women in our band." And he wrote a song for her, and he took it back. I can't remember which one it was. He gave her a song, and then they realized it was going to be a huge hit. And he
kept it for himself?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And he called her. He's like, "Sorry, Stevie."
I didn't know this.
But yeah, I can't remember. And it was a big hit. I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, Stevie loved Tom Petty. And
he was "I Will Run to You" is on her Wild Heart album, and
Yeah. Did you like Tom Petty?
I do. He wasn't ever one of my favorites growing up, but getting older, I've realized he's had legal battles with his music and his rights too. So, anybody that fights for their music like that, I have huge respect for.
There's some awesome documentaries out there about him and the band.
And he's a great songwriter too. Yes. He's an amazing songwriter.
Yeah, and a trailblazer. Like he really stood up against the labels. Yeah. Like, which you respect, it sounds like. How do you feel about record deals?
Record deals.
At your age in this era of the music business, do you even think about record deals? Or is it more just do your thing?
No. I mean, in the age that we live in where you have every bit of information accessible at your fingertips, I don't think... I might get in trouble for saying this, but labels aren't really needed anymore.
Oh, you're fine.
They're not really used that much anymore, and nothing like they were.
I do think they can be beneficial if you know what you're getting yourself into.
Mm-hmm. It was the real gateway back in the day. Now it's open to...
It's the only way back in the day, at least from what I've kind of gathered.
Mm-hmm. Now it's open source.
Yeah, you can... that's what YouTube, all the social media is for.
Justin Bieber...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's a huge name that started on YouTube, right? Am I getting that right?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know. I was never what were his friends called? Believers. I was never a believer.
You were never a believer. well, let's go to male vocals now. Okay. Do you have? Male vocals that you look to?
Yeah. Just being a fan of rock, because there weren't a lot of women. There are, but at least mainstream and what you're shown as a kid. Let's see, male vocalist.
If you say Jeff Tate, we're going to be best friends.
Jeff Tate.
I just watched Step Brothers last night. Did we just become best friends?
I will say Jeff Buckley. I love Jeff Buckley.
There you go.
He's incredible. Taken too soon, man. Yes. That's one that really hurts me.
His name comes up. He's like the singer, right? The songwriter.
Yes. And he was recording an album in Memphis when he passed away. So, there's some history tied to here as well. But Jeff Buckley for sure. Scott Weiland of STP.
Now we're best friends.
Yes, we are. We're really good friends.
Stone Temple Pilots. I mean,
Love
I
'em.
may not appear to be a grunge lover, but
No, love 'em.
STP, they're like top 3 for me.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. If you had to choose between Pearl Jam and STP, because they were always compared.
That's a tough one, but I know
It's a tough one.
I know my
STP
pick.
came after, so then they got the hate, like they were just you know, repeat
They did.
copycatting.
Yeah,
But I see them as totally different bands.
they are.
They are different.
They are.
bands.
They are.
And I'm an STP guy. Where do you sit with that?
100% an STP
Yeah.
girl.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pick them just if for nothing else other than the lead man.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got to pick them.
Musically too,
Yes.
though. Their
Yeah.
music, the band, they were just their own thing.
Yeah.
You know, okay, he had a low voice like Eddie Vedder. Come on,
Yeah.
really? That's what.
I disagree. I disagree. I mean, in
Well,
the
when you
early
listen
days,
to Plush,
yes,
that was, you know, the song that they focused on because I get it. It had a Pearl Jam-esque vocal,
yes,
but it's his voice. Come on,
Right.
you know, like he wasn't trying to be them.
yeah, no. Well, and also I think in like their later albums, like number 4, era, like
Mhm.
his voice sounds so different.
Every album's different.
Yeah, and that's what I love about him.
Purple, Tiny Music, 4, they all had their own. That's why I
Yes.
loved them.
Yes.
You know, but they always kept a good hard edge to them. Pearl Jam, I don't know. They after Versus album 2, I kind of lost track, like Vitology and all that stuff. I just
Yeah. I
wasn't
don't want to
into it as
discredit
much.
it though. I just like haven't spent the time really diving into the later stuff of theirs.
Yeah, their second album's my favorite. Pearl Jam's
okay.
second album,
Yeah.
Versus.
Versus.
Oh, so good.
That has Rear View Mirror on
Yes.
it, right? Okay.
Yeah, they hit hard on that album.
Yeah.
That's their, in my opinion, the hardest album they came up with. But then it has Daughter in it, which
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
guys
that's
play,
a great
right?
song. That's a great song.
Jeff's band plays Daughter.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Soundgarden.
Yeah,
Alice in
Soundgarden.
Chains.
love Alice in Chains.
So Lane Staley.
Yes.
You must gravitate to that
Oh,
man's
yeah.
voice.
And people, I love weird qualities to people's voices, and he's like him.
He definitely
and
had that.
Yeah.
Billy Corgan of
Yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins. It's hit or miss
Yep.
for some people. I love that. I
Well,
love
you
weird
recognize
voices.
it immediately.
Yes.
Whether you like it or not,
Yeah.
it's recognizable. It's iconic. It's unique.
Yes.
It sticks out.
I really gravitate towards, like, we're talking about bands that evolve over time, and I think David Bowie is a huge one for
Mhm.
me. I mean, his characters change with basically every album.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was just thinking, Kurt Cobain,
hmm
you know, I'm a huge Nirvana fan, obviously.
Yeah.
He was a much better singer than Jeff hates him. Jeff hates him because they killed Dawkins. You know,
Oh.
they killed all these bands, you know.
Oh,
They took away hair.
they did. They really did.
But he's actually an amazing singer. And people don't credit him enough
Yeah.
for the kind of, I know Jeff
I
is
certainly
like,
don't.
is he going to sing like Queensryche and Jeff Tate? No. But I mean, he had a tone to him and he could, you know, he did sing notes, Jeff. I
I
know.
understand.
He did sing notes.
He did sing notes.
He did sing notes, but yeah, that's
He sang
what
them his way, though.
yeah, why not? You know, but so what's the future look like? Where you know you're going to continue to write more? You're going to
Absolutely.
you're going to start ramping your original stuff up
Yes,
higher.
I think that's what's going to be my main focus this year. While still, playing as much as possible,
Yeah.
just because that's what I love to do.
Yeah.
And just seeing where it takes me. I want to do. My dad has always said, "You're a lifer. You know, you're a musician for life." And so
He got it so wrong at the beginning, didn't he?
I don't think it would. I just don't think he knew what it would turn into. You know.
Yeah.
So I've been very fortunate.
Well, but
You
it's
never
great
know.
that they support you now, and then
Yeah.
they come to shows, and they're
Oh, they do.
they're backing you. That's
Yes.
the way it's
Your
supposed
story reminds me of Jacob Turner. Do you know
I
Jacob
do.
Turner?
I know Jacob. Yeah.
Young, sitting in with the Dantones.
Super talented.
Just
Yes, he
prodigy. And amazingly supportive parents.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Trip and
Yeah,
Tamara.
we all know
Tamara.
Trip.
Yeah, everybody knows Trip. We love Trip. We love Jacob. Tamara.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we love them all. They're
Yeah.
awesome. But awesome. Well, thanks for being here and doing
Thank you
all
for
this.
having me. This
Is
is
there
so
anything
cool.
we missed? Is there something that you want to talk about or someone you want to say hello to?
Well, hello to the band. I know y'all are eventually going to watch this.
They better.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. we're playing as much as possible. I'm playing as much as possible.
Call to action. Where can they find Landslide and then your work?
So Landslide has a Facebook page, and it's our like big title, Landslide, a Memphis Tribute to Fleetwood Mac.
Yep.
So we do that, and that's where you can find all of our shows and videos and what have you. And then I've got a Facebook page. It's just my name, Sarah Spain. And then my Instagram is Spooky Spain. And I just started trying to do YouTube.
What was your Instagram again?
Spooky Spain. It was my nickname in high school.
That's
Really
great.
I was just
Spooky
kind of
Spain?
goth. Yeah. So.
And that again attracted you to Stevie Nicks, right? Sort of that darkness.
She's spooky.
She's spooky.
She's very spooky.
And YouTube channel, so brand new?
Yeah, brand new.
Cool.
Brand new.
Good
Trying
for
to
you.
do something on that.
Do you have original music on it yet?
Not
just
yet.
You performing
Not
in
yet.
front of a camera or anything like that?
Yeah, just kind of that. Just songs that I like to play, you know.
And what venues do you play your solo acoustic
Oh, man.
show?
Any place that'll take me, really.
Where can they find you now currently? What are some of the clubs that you're circuited through?
I play, let's see, for solo acoustic. I mean, I do a lot of Huey's. I'll be at like Villa Castriati, Hernando's Hideaway sometimes. And really, I mean, just any place.
Gotcha.
Awesome. Well, check it out. All the links that she just talked about will be in the description.
Yep.
You scroll down, click away, check it out. And awesome meeting you.
Well, thank you for having me. This has been
we
really
will
cool.
we will catch a show. We
Absolutely.
promise.
Yeah,
we get
you'll
out
come
there.
out.
We
Yep.
get out there, but we just got to plan it.
Yeah.
And and you're an example of someone that walks in that we've never met before, and this is the first time. You guys met?
Nope.
No.
No.
Okay, so-
I just
I don't
reached
think
out to
so.
her on Facebook and said,
Yeah.
hey, would you come in and talk to us? And she said, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
So welcome to
cool.
season 3.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
All right.
Thank you
And,
for having me.
Yeah, we can't wait to post this and share your story because I'm sure a lot of people will be interested. So
Well, I
thank
hope
you.
they enjoy it.
Oh, they will. They will. And thanks for hanging out, y'all. We appreciate you. Again, go to the rhythmsectionpod.com for everything that we do, all our channels and everything. And we're on Facebook,
Yep.
Instagram.
Everywhere.
Me and Jeff are a little rusty with this, or at least I am, because we took a break.
For the holidays.
So Facebook, Instagram at the Rhythm Section Pod.
Yep.
I think Instagram is definitely over 100 now as we record this.
Nice.
Facebook's still,
Getting close.
nearing 1,000.
Getting close to 1,000.
So we'd love to get that fourth digit. We want it to say 1K and then a decimal, 1.1,
There you go.
1.2.
As always, thank you guys for checking us out, and make sure you check out Sarah Spain and Landslide. I got
Shout out to Trip Turner and Jacob
Turner's
Turner.
on my brain.
He's getting
now.
all the plugs
Yeah, yeah.
today.
Well, awesome, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great day.
Thanks.